are. I can't give you your goals. You have to give you your goals. Gentlemen, good afternoon and thank you for coming. I'm looking forward to hearing what you have to say. Listening intently. Bruce Wayne, since you are here first, you can please go ahead first.
Okay, cool. Good afternoon, good evening to everyone who's listening. Welcome to another show. Glad to be here and thanks for you for having me.
Of course.
I don't want to be too long-winded, but I
It's okay.
jumped in as soon as you sparked this thought. And always grateful for the information that you give. It's truly invaluable, and it's very useful to us if for those who wish to achieve or attain long-lasting wealth, right?
That's right.
So you spoke about with the bills and the reviewing of your bills and stuff like that. And I just wanted to make something clear. Excuse
Mhm.
me. This world that we live in, it's run off energy. And anything that's stagnant, it's not good.
Mhm.
Think of stagnant body of water, it becomes toxic, and
Mhm.
all sorts of stuff happens. You know, things must be able to flow. So check this out. If you hate to pay bills, the universe is going to restrict your money. You got to learn to love to pay the bill. Learn to
Mhm.
love paying it all. Fight to pay it all.
Yeah.
Because just like blood in the body, water in the river, air in the lungs,
Mhm.
everything has to flow and circulate. When you tense up out the outflow, you're messing with the universal rhythm, so it messes with you.
Yep.
Outflow will equal to pain, meaning when you pay the bill and you holding on to the money, like damn, I have to shut my eyes to pay this bill.
Yeah.
No, outflow, you make it equal to restriction. You make the outflow equal to lack. No,
That's right.
the universe then thinks, okay, so if outflow is such a disharmonious experience for you, I'll reduce the inflow so you don't have to face that disharmony as often.
Yeah.
Reality isn't trying to punish you, it's trying to protect you by the standards that you set.
Yep.
The people with the least fight to not pay, the people with the most fight to pay, you got to train yourself to see circulation, to love it.
Yep.
I always fight to pay for my bills. Give
Mhm.
it to me because the universe will give it to me. So the point that I'm making is that when you, as much as you love to receive the money, the inflow, the much as you enjoy that experience, you have to enjoy the same, you have to give out the same energy that you took to receive it. You got to have the same energy giving it back out.
That's
You
right.
understand what I'm saying? And that's how you continue to make the circulation to come back to you. Don't think of, oh, sometimes our words and our labels are a detriment to us because the labels that we put on things uh restrict us. So when
Yeah.
you think of the word spend, you think of about, oh, you give it out, you put it out and it's never returning. When
Yeah.
you should really put in your mind, no, I'm circulating it, because when you actually enjoy spending or enjoy sending out the money,
Yeah.
enjoy the outflow of it, that's how you're able to make it come back to you.
Mhm.
One way to help you is to trick your mind and think that, okay, even though you're paying for this bill, think of it
Mhm.
that you're really paying yourself
Yeah.
and you actually help yourself. That's why it's called a currency, because
That's
it's not
right.
supposed to be stagnant.
Stagnant. And it will never be stagnant. You're 100% right.
Go ahead.
100% right.
Go ahead, invest.
Yeah. Invest, can you hear us? Invest?
He
He
probably
probably
stepped
on the
away.
road.
Yeah.
But no, but Bruce, you're 100% right. But can I tell you what I do?
Sure.
I take another step further. Because you respect money and you respect energy. Just like if you respect your life, you respect other people's lives.
Absolutely.
When you are paying for a service, you respect the fact that this person spent their time and their energy.
Mm-hmm.
So you have no problem paying them for that service.
Yeah.
Here is where gratitude comes in. When I have to pay my internet bill, I'm grateful for the fact that I was able to have internet and all the things that I was able to do with that internet, which I use to generate more income,
That's right.
right? So I have no problem exchanging my money for that internet service. When you think about it that way, just like what you just said, money is an energy, keeps flowing, and it will realize that you respect it, and money will keep, it will come to you, right? You will find opportunities, it will stay with you. But people have to change the way they see money. People,
Yes.
I've found that a lot of people, when I talk to them, they see money as this thing that is like could have to kill them, like, you know, like they, it's a tool, as we said, and it's something that we can understand and we need to be the masters of. We need to but in order to be the master of something, you need to understand it, and you need to understand that it's a flow and it's an energy, right? And you have to respect it. And when you respect your own money, you respect others' money as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah.
You spoke about gratitude. Gratitude is a key component
Key.
in everything in life, because even the
Key.
bad things,
Key.
because when you're in a state of gratitude, the universe would give you more things to be grateful for.
Mm-hmm.
You
That's what I was
understand?
talking about at first before you came on.
No, I
A
was
hundred
listening. I'm
percent.
listening. I'm
Oh, you
listening.
were there? Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah. We're on the same wavelength, Bruce.
Because you don't see me tight doesn't mean I'm not listening. Trust me,
Okay,
I'm
okay,
listening.
understood. Understood. No,
I'm
no, my
listening.
apologies.
No, 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 you're fine. You're fine. But the thing is,
Hmm.
we have to get out of. Basically, the thing is, for those who want to attain wealth, because I understand. It took me a while to understand this. Not everyone is not meant to or desire to attain wealth.
Hmm.
So these type of conversations are for those who wish to attain wealth, and you
Hmm.
have to understand that you can't have bad energy towards the money. You can't think or have the belief or make the belief have you that money is the root of all evil.
Right?
Money will forever flee you if you hold that belief.
Always.
Money will never stay
Always.
with you if you believe that, oh, everything that bad happens in the world is rooted in money. That's not true. That is
Exactly.
not true, because there's tons of evil things that happen in this world that has nothing to do with money. But that's another
Right.
topic for another day.
It's the people behind the money. Yeah, invest. What you saying? Good afternoon.
Miss Julia, can you hear me?
Yes, dear, I can hear you now.
Greetings. Bruce,
Greetings.
big up yourself. As just my
Yes, sir.
respect.
Yes, sir. Salute.
Yeah, man. Miss Julia, you delineated your point clearly. You're focused on the tactical right now. Um, I'm just going to piggyback off what Bruce Wayne was saying, and I think um right now, based off just my conversation with people and just
Hmm.
observe how they think, it seems as if the atypical response is, or just how they carry themselves, or just the communication wise, is
Hmm.
more like a democratic socialism. Um,
Oh,
because the
tell us
thing
what you
is,
mean. Hmm.
the thing is,
Hmm.
most people wants the government to take care of them. That's the frame of reference they have,
Oh. Mm.
which there are historic knowledge that we can garner to see that the the inverse is better, right?
Hmm.
If you should just wait on the government, you're going to have a subpar life,
That's right.
right? Um,
Right.
we have so many examples. You know, Cuba is one. As great as Cuba is, historically, their system is not good,
Hmm.
because the residents are solely dependent on the government, right?
Hmm.
And I think it's like people look at success, and they would normally say, you have the 1% or the 10% are just a certain type of people that benefit. But I think capitalism,
Hmm.
the incentive to me personally is you provide goods and services with the intention of making a profit. Then you use that profit to benefit your community, your family, and your life, right?
Hmm.
That's how I see it. But if people, because most people want to have a good life, right? But
Hmm.
then when you struggle with how you view the world,
Mm-hmm.
or you would want the systems to change,
Mm-hmm.
and you live in a certain system that if you use your God-given talent, skills, ability,
Mm-hmm.
right, tap into the same system, then you can have a better outcome than
Mm-hmm.
just complain about it and do nothing at all.
Right. So with what you just said a while ago, I'm not cutting you, but I'm gonna give you back the mic. What you said is just true, but what you're gonna find out is people's reactions will always tell you what they really want. It is true that on the face value, most people on face value look like they want a better life or a good life. But a lot of times, never ever conflate that with comfort. A lot of people just want to be comfortable. So, because of the fact that where they are is comfortable, or they just want to be, in other words, they will not go into discomfort in order to get a better life. They would rather stay complaining and comfortable, right, than actually changing their mindset and actually becoming uncomfortable with the unknown, right, in order to actually have a better life. So whenever people tell me that, oh, because there's also different people and they say, oh, I want a better life, blah blah blah, I say, you sure? You sure you want a better life, or you're satisfied with comfort? Because a lot of times it's just comfort, right? And you can see it when things push comes to shove and they need to do something different, right? They're rather the comfort of their complaints and the comfort of what they're used to, right? And their comfort of telling themselves that they want a better life than the actual action steps that is required for them to actually have that better life. You see what I'm saying? Invest.
I wholeheartedly agree, and I have this belief
Yeah.
that that capitalism is the best system known to mankind, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why it's there's one key component that is entrenched in capitalism that I would say, I vehemently believe is merit, right?
Yeah.
I think if we go back to merit, most problems will solve, right? But we have reached a society where people get participation trophy,
Yeah.
right? and
Yeah.
and that's where we destroy, where people think they can do the minimum effort and want
Right.
get the maximum return. It makes
Right.
no sense.
Makes no sense.
It is
Makes no sense.
counterintuitive to what you want.
Exactly. And you have to start that thinking early in childhood, right? And that's why I know, like, how we grew up to invest. Sports day, all that. If you don't come first, second, or third, you're not getting a medal. You understand what I mean? It's merit. Like, no, not everybody is a winner. That's foolishness. Yes, you participate, and yes, you get an A for effort, but you didn't win. So you don't get a trophy, you don't get a medal. So from childhood, we have to start doing that to our children, your nieces, your nephews, right? And letting them understand that certain things, if you want it, you're going to have to earn it. I can't go to the gym for you. I can't go to the bathroom and pee for you. These are things that you have to get up and do it for yourself, right? So you're 100% right. And I really love that you brought that up. The merit, right? And actually knowing. And you find that also too, you can see this thinking, even some of these ladies, especially in relationships, right? They'll have somebody and he's been breadcrumbing her the whole time, like giving her the least amount of effort and expect to be treated like a king, or expect the world, and you're giving the least, you don't have any, you don't give any effort. What do you expect? You understand what I mean? So it's a way of thinking that you, as I said to you before, there are signs. Just like if somebody does not manage their time well, I guarantee you they don't manage their money well, because it's interchangeable, it's the same energy. So, right, these people here, like when you, there are certain things that leave signs. Like for instance, somebody doesn't have good physical hygiene, a lot of times, or they don't change the pillowcases, you're going to see a lot of stuff on their face and growing on them and stuff like that. Not saying that the people don't have problems, that's true, but that is one of the signs of hygiene that needs to be stepped up, right? So it's the same thing. If you don't have good money hygiene or good financial hygiene when it comes on to the thoughts, it actually shows in other areas of your life. You see what I'm saying? And that scarcity thinking, where I'm going to just do the bare minimum, it shows it. It shows it's a pattern of thinking, and it shows up in other areas of the person's life. You see how they operate at home. You see how they operate at work. You see how they operate with a task, right? So that is why you can always, no matter how, listen, no matter how poor somebody is right now, which I call temporary unable, no matter how poor somebody is, you can always tell a winner. You can always tell a winner. You can always tell and say that person is going to win. All he needs is a chance. You can always tell because their mindset is they have that shark mentality where they know that nobody's coming to give me anything. You understand?
That's
So
right.
I agree with you. Continue. I'm listening to you. Sorry. Go ahead. Invest. Sorry. Go ahead.
Um, no, you're good. There is just one thing I wish, like,
Yeah.
if we could just like unzip people's mind and just like take out that bad thinking and just put a new thinking. It's almost like a checkup from the neck up, basically. Um, because it's I'm not going to say it's easy,
Mm-hmm.
but success leave clues, right? And you can't do good for a long time and get a bad result. It's just impossible. If
Impossible.
you're getting bad results based off the good that you say you're doing, then maybe your strategy need to be refined, right?
That's right. Your approach. That's right.
Exactly. There's something that you're not doing. So
Mm-hmm.
maybe you need to like look at the systems that you have in place,
Yeah.
strategy, or sometimes you're in the wrong market, right?
That's right. Or your
Um,
timing is off. Yep.
exactly. For
Mhm.
example, I rear animals and I wouldn't rear cows, but there's pork when it come onto the Trent and a yard, even
Mhm.
though I don't eat it, but I know there's a market for it. You
Mhm.
understand? So
Yeah.
if I rear an animal with a slower demand,
Mhm.
then even I could be working as hard as I can. I would not make as much money than if I rear something that have a high velocity. You
That's
understand? So
right. That's right.
that's how we have to look at our lives. The result that we get is just a reflection of the actions that we impart.
That's right. 100%.
100%.
100% invest. 100%. Now, I'm curious. I know I have a curious mind. Tell me, why would you not raise cows? Is it because there's so many cows there, or so many cow raisers, or is it the trouble? What is it?
I would say for so you have different um so different ways of making money from cows, right? So you can have beef cows or milk,
Mm-hmm.
but cows are grazers, and you need large pastures to rear cows.
Mm-hmm.
It, if cows stay in one place too long, it affect them.
Oh.
Yeah, it affect them, and also too, you have to constantly watch the cows. Like you have to go check on them because
Oh.
if the cow like fall down,
Yeah.
it them can get bloated if them cannot get up.
Okay. Yes. Yes. Because their weight actually crushes their internal organs.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
them so even though they're big, but they take lots of space,
Yeah.
right? And you have to tend to them. Goats now are tougher. You can have goats in just a pen and
Right.
just get somebody to just bring feeding for them, and then just they're perfectly fine, right?
Right. Right. I see what you're saying. So the return on investment with cows is not as high as with a goat because you have to invest more energy in actually upkeeping the cows. I get
Yeah,
it.
and then again too, also
Mhm.
to have to go capital for other somebody else who have a large capital bank would say,
Mhm.
all right, you know what, I can just buy 20 acres of land and just invest in cattle on a larger scale. So that person's profit is going to be larger than mine as well. But the capital input was more.
Right. Understood. Yeah, that's how it is. Yeah, you put in more, you get more. Yeah, I got it. Yeah. Okay, smart. I learned something today. Thank you for that. Brando says, true, Miss Julia. No problem, no problem, Brando. Nikki Willie says, here, even when the kids lose in sports, they give them a participation trophy. This doesn't encourage them to be better, as they know even in losing, they're gonna be rewarded. That's true,
That
Nikki.
is true.
Very true, Nikki. She see, and she knows because she deals with kids in the state. So very true, Nikki. Very,
Once,
very true.
I
once
don't know where we get, I don't know the push for inclusivity where you want each individual to be on um the same level when it comes to the input,
Mhm.
the output. That's the problem, because you're the thing. If
Yeah,
we're based off merit,
yeah,
everybody won't be on the same footing if everybody don't put in the same input. That-
yep,
exactly.
So you want to just put in half and you want to get the same benefit as somebody who put in one and a half. It's
Exactly.
impossible.
Exactly. Um, let me tell you the worst part of that. The worst part of that is it actually crushes the people who want to put in more to earn what they want to earn, because it makes them feel like, well, if everybody's going to get the same price, why should I bother to strive and try to win in the
exactly,
first place? You see what I'm
exactly.
saying? So it actually dampens inspiration, and it dampens, you know, that initiative and that drive to actually succeed, because you figure that, well, if everybody is good, why should I study for and put in so much cognitive energy and be a doctor if I'm going to get the same amount of money as the mechanic? Yes, Bruce Wayne, go ahead there.
That's why socialism don't work. That's why, because exactly, you just make that point.
Right,
Like in Cuba, there's no upper echelon per se.
right.
So with somebody, because you have to look at incentives,
That's right.
Incentive is the reason. Incentives is like the fuel for you to take a risk, to
Yeah,
take a risk on yourself based off what incentives is there,
right.
Hmm.
right? I look at, if I'm going to do business, I look at, okay, if I spend this money, what the return can be,
Return on investment. That's right.
right? Then based
Yeah,
off my calculation, I said, okay, let me do that. If it's something that is returning a certain amount of returns, now percentage wise, then I just pour fuel upon that fire crazily to get
that's
the
right.
maximum
That's
incentive I
right.
can receive.
That's right. That's right. Yes, Bruce